first thing that they said when I was being released, we'll see you when you come back. I'm not coming back to this motherfucker. But they tell everybody that because the majority of us, we go back if it's just a violation. Mm-hmm. You going back. So.
Well, check this out, man. How would you feel, man? You a guy that comes from a background, you getting your life together, right? Mm-hmm. You have an establishment, and you find out that your employee's stealing from you. You get into an altercation with them, and they wind up putting you in jail. How would you feel about that?
If I didn't get it. If he's stealing from me,
yeah, he's stealing from you. So you got an employee. You work hard. You busting your ass. You get this establishment together. You got a store, right? Yeah. And you find out your employee's stealing from you. Actually, I got one of my homeboys here tonight, right? Mm-hmm. One of my partners. Mm-hmm. And he was telling me about this story. You want to come sit down and talk about it? I don't mind. Yeah, man. Sorry, hopefully I wouldn't put you on the spot, bro.
No, man. No doubt. Actually, when I heard you mention it, I forgot I told you this a little bit about that. And I was like, damn, I wish I could be over there saying something about that. You know what I'm saying? But,
yeah, for sure, man. Well, you could explain the situation way better than I could. Why don't you go ahead and reiterate, man?
Okay. Some of y'all know me and some of y'all don't. My name is T.Y. I'm also known as LA's #1 hustler. I have a company called Fathead. And I started out in LA in the streets, grinding, hustling, with a double up 50 pack. And took it all the way to 50 birds, believe that one. And I went legit. Never had no problems with the police as far as catching a case. I never did that. And I went legit, started a business called Fathead, opened up a store on Melrose. Fathead's clothing, art, posters for your wall, all kind of different little things that I had created. Make a long story short, I had a 20,000 square foot warehouse out in North Hollywood. And I got a call one day from my girl while I was at my store telling me my employees were stealing at my factory. And because I had the store, I had just recently opened it, I had took some of my employees from my factory out to the store to work. So everybody knew each other from the factory to the store. So we, when I got that call, my guys that was at the store was like, man, I want to go back to the factory with you. I really wanted to just go handle it myself. I didn't have a problem handling it myself. But they insisted, so we went back. The plan was for me to take the big guy and search him in the back end. My other two guys take the other guy and search him. Anyway, they both had and they got their ass whooped. As a businessman, I whooped their ass. As a brother growing up in the street, knowing every obstacle I done made it through, I slipped. I didn't handle it like a businessman.
So really, like in the eyes of the law, just to go back, in the eyes of the law, you should have called the authorities. But that goes against every principle that we are taught growing up. You know, you don't call the police on nobody.
Right. Was these your partners or
no? Just
some people you hired?
These were some guys that had worked for me for 3 years. The ladies that came and told my girl, they worked for me for 5 years. Some Spanish cats.
Right.
And the Spanish ladies came and told them, hey, they stealing in the back building when she called me. So when we went back, like I said, I didn't handle it like a businessman. And it's all kind of ways to handle it. I used to think kind of stupid, to be honest with you. I always thought I was thinking smart. I always used to think I wouldn't have my buddies, my guys that work for me that's willing to do anything in the world for me. I wouldn't have them do nothing that I wouldn't do. But that was the wrong mentality to have, period. Because the boss is supposed to keep it going. That's what your fellas is there for. So my mentality wasn't right. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like, I'm not going to do nothing. I didn't have to do nothing. And I had millions. I left millions. I left from flying on private planes, all that, to state prison. Because of one slip.
That had to be like the Twilight Zone, man. But you just thinking, now, let me ask you this now. What happened to the employees, the guys that were stealing? Did they ever get punished in anything? So they actually called the police on you then?
They couldn't help it because the ass whooping, they needed to go to the hospital. So at the hospital, the doctors automatically called the police, but they participated when the police got involved. But let me tell you this too. So it's a trip. I hadn't thought about it like this till one day I was talking to one of my guys that had caught some time too. Man, the guys were illegal. I don't have nothing against nobody. Spanish, gays, whatever you is, that's what you is, period. These guys were illegal. I hired them. They was working for me, but they were Spanish and illegal. And it's amazing how they're here illegal, and you can still get punished for something with them even being here illegal.
Yeah.
And that's crazy as hell. Yeah. They already here illegal.
Because technically, if they wouldn't have been here, they're not supposed to be here anyway. If they was where they were supposed to be, they wouldn't have been here to get no ass.
But it don't matter. It don't matter what the police is saying is a crime.
Right.
You got 2-3 gets in the hospital.
Right.
That's an assault.
Right.
And even though I was just saying it, even though them illegal people could have sued him.
Yeah, 100%.
Could have had a lawsuit for stealing from him.
They tried to. They tried to sue me for $500,000 each. As a matter of fact, when we was in court, when I was going through my trial, because I went through a trial, they served us some papers, but my lawyer was smart enough to say, "Don't take it, don't accept it." They came to serve us some paperwork, and I never accepted it, and they never followed through with it.
That's crazy. But I mean, you know, that's what I tell Norm all the time. This is designed to keep us down, to bring us down. And at the end of the day, in the heat of the moment, you really don't have a choice because the motherfucker is taken off your table. And this is the mentality we have.
I did have a choice.
Yeah, you had a choice.
And to be honest with you, I could have handled it. If I wanted to still keep it gangster, if I wanted to still put hands on, I could have handled it different. I could have let them walk down the street and turn a corner.
Right.
And act like I don't know who did it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just saying it's all kind of ways to do something. I mean, which, like I said, I would have handled it different. Today, I would handle it different. I'd give them a bag to put in and get home.
Right. Now you learn from your mistakes.
Most definitely.
But, I mean, at that time, you know, especially being on the grind and then going legit, I mean, you got to feel a certain kind of way. Man, you got to feel violated that these motherfuckers would even do that. I gave you a job and this is what the things I get for you getting down like that. I mean, I think my reaction would have been the same way. I think about the consequences later. But in today's society, you have to think about the consequences.
That's that street mentality.
Yeah.
That's where we come from. That's where we get it from. But to be honest with you, we got to grow.
Right.
We can't resort to violence with everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I really do believe that. You know what I'm saying?
So do you regret what you did?
Man, to be honest with you, I'm the type of person, I don't never look at something as I regret it.
Right.
Because I lived it. So I don't even have no room to try to regret it. It is what it is. All I do is just move on and keep it going. It was the most hurting situation while I was in there, man. I've never experienced nothing like this. It tests my mental, it tests everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't never sit back like, damn, if I didn't do that, I would have had this or I did that. I don't get down like that. I just keep on going.
Just out of curiosity, man, how much did they steal?
They had probably about $8,000 worth of each, maybe $6,000, $8,000. My stuff was expensive.
Oh yeah, I remember I purchased. Yeah, yeah. I was a customer. The thing is, you have to quantify that 6,000 to 8,000 they had to 24,000 because that was just the first time they got caught.
Yeah, that was it.
That was just the first time they got caught. So it ain't no telling. Usually when you catch a person stealing, they usually been doing it. They just got caught. You know what I mean? They just got caught.
And believe me, at that point in time, my thought was when they got caught with that much stuff, after they got their ass whooped, after they was in the hospital, because the police didn't come and get me for 11 days later. But my thought was to run up in their house. Because if they got caught with $8,000 worth of my shit, each one of them, I'm thinking their house got to be loaded. They got to have a room.
All kind of shit.
With all kind of shit in there, man.
Now, why you think the police waited 11 days to come get you?
I don't know. I don't know. They sure waited though. They did some slick shit too.
11 days.
11 days.
Run your name. They got your background now. Oh, okay. One we couldn't catch before.
That part.
Yeah, because
we got him now.
That part.
Because I'm pretty sure, even though you had no interactions with the police before, but they probably had an idea from your previous lifestyle before you went legit. They maybe had an idea what you was into.
Man, I have had 1,000 interactions with the police before that. I mean, I just growing up in the hood, you have them. But when I said earlier, I never had a dope case. Mm-hmm. So I never was arrested for dope, but I've had interactions. I've been arrested for this. I've been arrested for that. But I had never had a case where I had to go all the way through the court system. I've always never took a deal, and my shit usually get dismissed or dropped. Mm-hmm. This was a little bit different.
It's just one of those times where, okay, yeah, I've been trying to get him on. He got away on. He got found out, get him straight up. And then they had to come get you. Okay, we got him now. So let's charge him. Because 9 times out of 10, if it was them and they went to jail, the only thing happens is deporting. You get nothing back, we just gonna deport them.
Man, let me tell you this. So when I did get convicted, I'm in a cell. I'm in cells with people that got 500 years, literally going to court, coming back with a sentence of 500 years, 125 years. You know what I'm saying?
That's when you just sit back and be like, I ain't finna say what my time. They ain't got nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. But it's just crazy how when we talk about this and talk about how we used to be,
right?
And there's no way out of how you used to be. You're always gonna pay for your past. Mm-hmm. That's uncut. You're always gonna pay for it
some kind of way.
I done had cases where you get caught with a gun, they go in the bush and get that gun. They can't pin it on down one of you for, but they put it on your record anyway.
Wow.
They put it on there and say, oh, a gun, but no conviction, no woo-woo, this and that. That's because they couldn't pin it on nobody, and the DA ain't gonna file it, but they give that to you anyway. So we already in a situation where, damn if we do, damn if we don't. Now, whether you in your case would have just said, get it went the right way, you'd have still been wrong. You'd have still lost.
Right.
And then, on the way they looking at it, okay, we got away with so much past. We can get him now. Ain't no way in the world that should have been a conviction on some motherfucker stealing from you.
Get the latest exclusives, unedited content, live streams with some of Digital Soapbox's most polarizing hosts like James McDonald and others. Sign up for your Digital Soapbox membership today. Packages start from $1.99 to $4.99 monthly, where you not only get exclusive content, but you also get it commercial free. Press that button now.